Let's look at non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is a fascinating aspect of human interaction. Very, very fascinating. Because this one does not have to do with talking. It just has to do with gestures, facial expression, body languages, and even silence. I hope you understand that even silence is a communication. Yes, even silence. So, non-verbal communication is a fascinating aspect of human interaction because it encompasses gestures, facial expression, body language, and silence. Now, this is actually the one that complements verbal communication because it often conveys emotion, attitudes, and intentions more powerfully than words. Yes. Do you know that your non-verbal communication speaks louder than your words? Your non-verbal it speaks louder than your word. It does not lie at all. When you are getting angry, the first place that will show it is your non-verbal communication. The way you come out of the compound have communicated to everybody that all is not well. You don't need to say it. Non-verbal communication. When you are not fine, when you are having mental health issues, your non-verbal communication will speak it very loud. You see, you might not tell everybody with your mouth that all is not well. But through non-verbal communication, everybody knows. So, let's go into non-verbal communication, the components of it. Number one is body language. Body language. Your gestures is the first of your body languages. And this has to do with hand movements, pointing, nodding, or waving, which can emphasize or supplement verbal messages. Right? Yes. Your hand movements, your pointing, nodding, or your waving. When you see someone from afar, what do you do most times? Wave, right? Have you communicated if you wave? Yes, you have communicated. You have greeted the person. You see, that's your body language working. Number two is your posture. Sitting or standing position, body orientation, and body alignment convey openness, confidence, or defensiveness. Come to think of it, somebody is talking to you, and as the person is talking to you, you now do like this. Are you passing a message? Are you communicating something? You are saying nothing, but you are saying a lot. Your posture. You know, we went to check a land somewhere at Slaughter. You know, a land someone wanted to sell, and we were interested in buying. I think it's this year, right? Yeah, sometime this year. And then the person that took us there, well, we went there. My whole family, me, my wife, and my 3 children. Interestingly, when we got there, they called the man. The man came, and of course, it was a part of his compound he wanted to sell. So he wanted to divide a part of his compound because he needed money and sell the front parts, just a nice portion. So he came out from his house and sat down. He brought one chair and sat down. And then all of us were standing and discussing with him. So he sat down there. And I was looking. Number one, if for nothing, at least tell the woman to sit down. These are the people that want to buy your land. They are standing. The person that is helping you sell the land is standing. Common sense should have told him to also stand if the chair is one. He sat down there. From there, I already knew I'm not buying. Because as far as I'm concerned, I am not welcomed. To start with. And he sat down there and he was talking. And his eyes was. I'm kind of depressed with that. At the end of the day, you send a lot of negative messages. And then one even begins to wonder. You see, some of you allow your personal emotions to affect your communication with people. It might even be that it's not that particular person you have a problem with. But at the end of the day, you've destroyed valuable relationship because of what another person has caused for you. Because now when you come before me and I greeted you, you cannot even answer me well. I judge you a bad person. Some people have been called rude, not because they are actually rude, but because they are transferring an aggression from somewhere. That's very, very bad in communication. So in communication, you learn how to put off whatever does not concern the place or the person you are with right now, and deal with them on different grounds. Okay, so your posture, your sitting or standing position matters. How if someone is discussing something very, very serious with you, and you open your two legs and say like, how do you expect the person to think? It is expected if the person is standing, you stand up, and you both are communicating. And you speak well. Okay. Number 3, under body language, please. We are still on body language, right? We've talked about gesture, posture. Then number 3, still under body language, is eye contact. Very important to maintain eye contact. When you maintain eye contact, it demonstrates interest, confidence, or sincerity. Hello? Hello? Most of the times when you are talking to people and they cannot look at your eyes, they are lying. Not all of the time, but most of the times. Okay? So, when you maintain eye contact, it indicates interest. It's either they are not interested, they are lying, or they are not confident. A confident person can look at you. Of course, I'm not saying behave like a demon and just fix your gaze on someone like this as the person is talking. Have you met those kind of people? 30 minutes of talk, all their eyes is on your eyes like this. They are not even blinking, they are just blinking. You better stop the communication. No, at least there should be an off and on. You know, you look at the person, you look at something else. It's not that all your whole attention. Some of you will look at the person. After looking at the person, you need to look at the person's tummy. After that, you are looking at the leg. And then you begin to wonder, what is this person looking for? Yeah? And before you know it, you remove the eyes from the leg and you begin to look at the hair. And the next thing you begin to look at the ear. And the person is talking to you. Before you know, you begin to look at the color of the lipstick, and then you are, what are you investigating? Please maintain a minimal eye contact. Okay. Number 4 is facial expression. Facial expression. This is still under body language. right? Facial expression, this has to do with your smiles, frown, raised eyebrows. Okay? Yes. All these convey your emotions and your reaction. Your smile, your frown. Yes. When you frown, you are also conveying a message. For example, you could say some things now to me while we are discussing. Let's say you are telling me a story. I do it all the time. You say something, if the thing is surprising, I say, isn't it? That's communication. I'm trying to show surprise. That's frowning, isn't it? Not that I'm frowning at you, but I'm frowning at whatever it is that person did in that thing. That is effective communication. So if someone is talking to you, they said something surprising and your face is still there like this. These are very practical things. Somebody is there, and whenever you say something surprising in a discussion, the next thing you that is giving the story does is to look at the person. Is that true? Yes, that's the next thing. So you said something very surprising and to you shocking. And when you look at the person is still looking at you. You just know that this one no follow. This one no follow at all. And some of the times when you check it, that person did not even hear you. He was not there. He was not there. Bad communicators are like that. When you are discussing a very important thing with them, they are already thinking of their next hairstyle. They are calculating how Christmas will go. For women, they are calculating, what will I even cook tomorrow? This man is just here making noise. What will I cook? What will I cook? What will I cook? So she did not hear when you said that surprising thing. You can imagine. You can imagine how annoying it could be. Put yourself in that shoes. That you are talking and the man is thinking of what he will do at work tomorrow. And to you, this is something very disturbing. Then when you look at his face, some of them can be looking at you, say, as you are just talking the thing. If you do like this, they will not reach you. They are not seeing you. They are not seeing you. They are not there. So, those are bad communication skills. And if you are guilty of that, repent, or the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So, facial expression, right? We said we have smiles, frowns, raised eyebrow. Do them. Those are things that aid communication. Be interesting to talk to. There are people I hate talking to. Because when you are speaking with them, no matter what you are saying, most times they are indifferent. May God help you not to have that kind of wife or husband. And oh Jesus, you'll be so frustrated. Those are the kind of people that spend time with friends out there. Because when they come home, there is nothing to talk about. And when they are with their friends, the friends are, involved in the discussion. But you mean, and when people respond to your communication like that, it gingers you. And for some of you to lie and add jara into the discussion. Okay? All right. Number 2 is proxemics. Proxemics. This simply involves 2 things. One is personal distance. Proxemics. This is from the word proximity, closeness, distance. Okay. Physical distance maintained between individuals during interaction is influenced by culture and social norms. Okay. For example, for me, if someone wants to talk to me, I like to be close to you as a communication skill. Have you seen those kind of people before? That the man is there in the sitting room and the woman is here and they say, hey, honey, you remember, ideally, common sense requires that you move closer to here. But some will stay there. And then when you are expecting, you say, just they talk. No worry, just they talk. Just the talk. No worry yourself. And they hear you. Just continue the talk. Can you flow well? No. You flow best when you can see the person. And do you know why you want to see the person? You want to look at the non-verbal communication coming from the person. Because sincerely, you can be talking to someone and the person has slept off. Have you ever had a gist before with your husband or wife? And after like 30 minutes of gisting, you realize the person is already snoring. Has it happened to you before? Eh? How did you feel? You felt so angry, so stupid. You see, that's it. So there is a need for personal space, proxemics, physical distance maintained. It's important. Okay. Territoriality is another one. The ownership or occupancy of space, which can affect comfort levels during communication. Okay. For example, whose house am I? I'm in your house. It will affect the communication, right? Yes. So these are actually other factors that you put into consideration. You will not go to someone's house, for example, and you are the one shouting at the top of your voice. You don't know if they have a law that you don't disturb your neighbor, and the neighbor is sleeping and you are shouting and screaming. It does not make sense. Communication is very important. Even prayer. Some people is when they visit someone that they learn how to pray. When they are in their own house, they sleep. But when they visit somebody, they pray and shout, "Hey, yeah," in the middle of the night when the person is sleeping. You are a bad communicator. God can hear you without screaming. Hope you know that. Prayer is not by shouting. Christians should stop disturbing everybody in the neighborhood because they want to show that they are born again. I'm a pastor, but I believe in people's privacy. If I want to pray and scream, I can come to church. I cannot stay in my house now and disturb my next door neighbor because I want to pray. It does not make sense. They also paid for their house. You see? Okay, that's talk for another day.